everyone, so I know there's a lot of new people here, so really quickly, I just want to explain what Where Are They Now videos are. Basically, most beauty YouTubers or YouTubers of this general genre do a monthly favorites. It's my favorite video to make. But oftentimes you never hear about, we all move on to the next month and you're like, well, what happened? Are you still using it? So I started this Where Are They Now as I think it was a flashback Friday when I first started it, then it was a throwback Thursday, and now it's just Where Are They Now because then I can just put it up any day of the week. But I started this a few years ago. There's a playlist that I'll connect somewhere, and it's kind of nice to go back. Now I initially started doing this and I went back 4 years to the same month, but 4 years prior to see where those were. And I realized that with some feedback from you, that 4 years is a really long time in makeup world. So, mostly the products have expired or, whatever. I go through my favorites from that month. In this case, we're revisiting January 2016, and I'll let you know if I'm still using them, and if I'm not, what I've replaced them with. And I have printed out my description box from way back then, so I know what I'm talking about. If you want to see the original video, that'll be linked as well, and the playlist too, if you want to look through, well, lots. So let's start with the first thing I started with last time, which was actually this sweater. This sweater is no longer available, of course. This is from Loft. It was their relaxed sweater. I actually have it in this shade, a bright peach, and a navy. And as you can see, I'm still wearing it. I love it. And this kind of started that, for me, that sort of chenille sweater love affair. This isn't, I don't think, actually chenille, but it's close. And now this was a very unique texture 2 years ago, and now everybody's making chenille sweaters. I have a couple that I picked up at Nordstrom, and I have a couple that I picked up from Target, and I still wear them. This is just, I wish they would bring this back. Loft, bring it back. Next, I talked about the Bauble Bar Midnight Druzy Drops. I ransacked my collection. I cannot find them. They were basically 3 round druzy stones dangling from my ears in black. And I was really excited because I love druzy. It started with my Kendra Scott stuff, and then Bauble Bar started a druzy collection about 2 years ago, and they've expanded on that. And so those actual earrings are no longer in my collection. I don't even know if they're still available, but these are almost as old, and these I believe are the Nightfall druzy earrings. I think these were a best of maybe 2016 pick. I love them. They're very lightweight. They're kind of gray, but they have some shimmer. Anyway, I really like these, and they've really expanded their druzy options. And yeah, if you haven't checked out Bauble Bar, give them a look. I like what they got going on. In fact, the next thing that I loved in January of 2016 was the Bauble Bar Druzy Ball Chain Pendant, which I still love, and I still have, except I forgot to grab it. But they have something I like better, and I may order. It's called the Glacier Pendant, and I like the layered look, and it's not quite as long. Anyway, let me know if you like it too. And then finally, they had a Star Shooter ring, which I still have, and it's definitely, it's worn, the color's worn off here. It hasn't turned my finger green, but the gold plating is gone, and I just don't have any now that I have my new wedding set and my anniversary band, I'm not really into wearing costume jewelry on my hands anymore. And I've noticed that they've really pared down their ring collection. There are a couple rings that if I didn't have this, I would pick up. There's this Everyday Fine collection they just came out with not too long ago, and I actually have my eye on a couple pieces, and maybe I could put it here or on my pinky. They're very delicate and pretty, and about $50, which is very reasonable considering I think they're plated, gold plated. So anyway, I digress. Let's get on to another favorite, which was totally random back then, and it's kind of funny how things come full circle. It was the Trap Fragrances number 39 Sexy Cinnamon Candle, which I happen to have a brand new one waiting to be lit as soon as I finish the one I'm burning now. And Trap candles were like the first expensive candles that I bought. And the 2 scents that I keep coming back to over and over again from Trap are the Sexy Cinnamon, and then they have one that's called Orange Vanilla that I swear smells like a dreamsicle. It's so wonderful. And because I have the box, I can tell you what's in it. The fragrance notes are natural cinnamon, blonde woods, and aromatic spices. There's no vanilla in it. There's no sweetness. This is very much a grown-up cinnamon scent. And it says a bottle of fragrance in every candle. I don't know, but they smell really good, and that's really all that matters. A favorite from 2016 were these Salmon Libby booties, which I still own and wear. They were at Target. I think Target phased this line out. There's a couple things from them still available, but I noticed nothing like before. It must have gone out with all of their rebranding, which is a shame because this was a great line. I love the stiletto heel, but it's not too high. I love a pointy shoe, and it has a rubber sole, so you won't, slip and fall while you're walking around in your tall, pointy shoes. And I just wore them a few days ago, so they're still going strong. Another favorite from January 2 years ago was the Too Faced Melted Metallic Chocolate Diamonds Lip Lacquer. It smells wonderful. I wore it in that video, and I can't even look at myself. It's just, I'm wearing brown lipstick. What was I thinking? Why didn't any of you say, hey, you know what? That looks a little weird. I haven't worn this in forever, and this probably needs to just be thrown away if it's 2 years old and it's lip gloss. What I have been wearing instead is what I have on my face. So Flower Beauty sent me their whole lip collection. It was insane. And I'm slowly working my way through it. This is the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Lip, and I'm currently wearing it in the shade Nude Blush. It definitely changes color. Like, this is on my face, darker than what's in the tube. I put this on at 9 o'clock this morning. I'm filming at 1:05. I've had 2 cups of coffee. Nothing. Nada. It hasn't budged. And it doesn't feel like it's very comfortable to wear, is basically what I'm going to say. And then a gloss that I sometimes layer over it, and in fact I will now, that I've rediscovered thanks to watching other people mention how awesome it is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Lip Shine. And I'm just going to put some on right now. This is in the shade Pink Sorbet, just a little bit in the middle. And I lightened it up a little bit, which I kind of want. It's not completely translucent. It's not really opaque. It's somewhere in the middle. That feels really good. Okay, moving on. This is a brand I'm really behind on exploring. I bought a few shadows and then kind of forgot about them, but this was a lip liner. There was a special collection. It's the Color Pop lip liner in Westie. I think I bought it because it's called Westie and I have 2 Westie dogs. I don't really reach for it. It's a great lip liner. I don't know why not. I will tell you what I have rediscovered, because I've been cleaning out my drawers and you'll be hearing more about it, are these Makeup Forever high impact, high precision lip pencils. I've been wearing a lot of the shade 23, outline my lips and then fill it all in and then just topping it with this gloss. I find that this particular line from Makeup Forever, they do have brighter shades. They do have like a red and a bright pink, but they do have more nude, softer tones, which I love. That's what I'm drawn to wearing, but they also last forever. And they're very comfortable on the lips and they don't budge. It's kind of amazing. So if you're looking for a good lip liner, that's what you need. Okay, another favorite from 2016 was the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Blonde. Guess what? This is a little embarrassing. I still have it. It's like I don't know if you can see up close, but it's completely dried up and shrunken away from the side. This will be thrown out shortly, but I like the concept, but you know what? I ain't got time for that. I just need to fill in my brows as fast as possible and move on. And lately it's been Benefit. I'm using now the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I ran through my Precisely Brow, but it's the same concept. It's shade 2. It's the spoolie on one end. And because this is a fatter, thicker tip, I literally just go zoom and done. And that's all I can put up with. I don't have time for this thing. I will say, if you are a blonde and a pomade person, I do have the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Brow Mousse. It's really not a mousse, and I like it in the shade Gray. It's more blonde and it's very cool toned. You will not look like you have gray eyebrows. So I highly recommend this if you are into the pomade concept. If not, pencil is just so much easier. Next, I talked about the Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Powders, which is kind of funny that we're talking about this now because they've just released like a stick cream highlighter that I have not seen yet, but I'm interested in. And they sent me these way back when. I have it in Brilliant and I have it in Iridescent, which I believe is more of a pink undertone. Yep. And I loved them and I wore them. And then I went on to something else, put these in a drawer and totally forgot about them. So I will be taking these out to play with again. It's one of the selfish reasons I like doing these videos is because I can revisit. It's like shopping my own stash. Because obviously a hazard of this job is you're always getting new things sent to you or buying new things, new products are being released. And you kind of forget, it's not that you didn't like the product, but you know, you're on to the next shiny toy and you forget the stuff you had. So definitely pulling these out. But speaking of new shiny toys, this got sent to me as I'm filming this yesterday. And actually, I've never been so excited about an Urban Decay release in a long time. This is the Urban Decay collaboration with Kristen Leanne. I am wearing both eyeshadow palettes right now. This will be a video. If it hasn't already been up, it will be coming. If it's already been released, I'll link it and all that. But I want to talk highlighters. It's the Urban Decay Kristen Leanne Beauty Beam Highlight Palette. And that's what I'm wearing today. I'm actually wearing, if you're looking for a subtle highlight that blends right into your skin tone, especially if you're fair skinned, I'm wearing this one. It's basically skin color, but it has a shine to it. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I can see your cheekbones all the way on the other side of the room. But see, I have sunlight hitting me. So you can see it now. But it's just very pretty and soft. There's a rose gold one, and then this one in the middle. This is very, very more in your face, I would say. Look at that, bam. But they blend really nicely and they're very soft. And once you blend it, it's not so much. So really excited about this release. And really excited to revisit my Hourglass ones because there's nothing wrong with them. I just kind of moved on to the next toy. Speaking of moving on to next toys, this one I never moved away from. This was a favorite in January 2016, and I can tell you it's still a favorite in January 2018. It's the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I will say this is, I think, when they started getting into the gimmicky with the heart-shaped and all that. Of all the chocolate palettes, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this one is my favorite. I prefer neutral shades. I lean toward warm toned, although there is some cool in here too. I find that this particular palette is the most wearable out of all of the palettes, and I reach for this one the most out of the original, the semi-sweet. I'm gonna lump the peach in with it too, because it's one of those scented. I love it. So, and you know, it is gimmicky with the pretty pink packaging and the hearts, but I still like it. And then the last thing that was a favorite for January 2016 was the Zara Beauty collaboration with Coffee Break with Danny, and it were these acrylic organizers. Okay, we're not going to talk about what's in here because most of these need to be decluttered. I've been using these to store like basically my lip crayon type products. I bought 4 of these. I need to go check. I apologize. You know what? Here's where it says in the front. There you go. Obviously, I really like them. I bought 4. They were not sent to me. I bought 4 of them. They were very affordable, and I use 2 to store brushes, and I use the 4th one to store, it's my everyday eyeliners, lip liners, brow pencils, like the everyday pencils that I reach for. And then my favorite book series, apparently, from 2016 was the Outlander book series. No big shocker. It was one of the first, it might have been the first book review I ever did on my channel, the Outlander book series that has now been turned into a TV series. Possibly my all-time favorite series ever. And I will link to that original video of me sitting on my bed. I think I was wearing a rust-colored t-shirt. Anyway, if you want a review of that, it's been a series I've been reading for over 20 years, and I love it. So those are my favorites from 2016 revisited. If you make YouTube videos or you're a blogger and you do monthly favorites, I would love it if you would consider doing this on your own channel, because I, as a viewer, I'm always curious as to what happened to all the products you loved from way back when. Where are they now? So please tell me. If you have any favorites back from 2016 in January that you are still using, also I want to hear from you, so let me know. And if you were around for that video, it wasn't that long ago, I'd love to know if you're still here, so please say hi. As always, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to read your comments and see what y'all have been up to, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.